Just so we're clear, I'm not really into being the black friend. Don't get me wrong, I have lots of white friends. Ari's one of them. But if I get that sense that you like me just because I'm black and you're sort of exoticizing that, then your emails stop getting returned.
I was going to comment about Touré's comments on Dr. Carson, but I've gotten complaints that I talk about racism too much. I talk about racism too much. I'll remind y'all that Obama was elected twice, largely because of racism. I'll also remind y'all that liberals are the ones who always bring up the issue of race. And they succeed with the race issue because too many Republicans want to stay away from the issues that liberals always bring up. But I understand. Republicans have become long tired of the race issue. I'm long tired too. And those so-called forward-leaning liberals live in the past and stay angry about the past and are angry and blame Republicans for what the Democrats have done in the past.
I think what's happening. Propaganda.
Like I gotta remind folks like Touré about something Martin Luther King said that he's pretty famous for. It was that line about not judging by color of skin, but by content and character. So when you see these so-called racist Republicans saying, I support Kane, West, or Carson, as well as many other blacks, that can only mean that they're continuing what Dr. Martin Luther King was dreaming about. They made color a non-issue with their judgment and went by character. But typical of these liberals, they're never satisfied and still have to try to find fault with that. They'll say things like, these black Republicans just say all the things that these white Republicans want to hear so they can get to the front of the line. What line? The line to be ridiculed, maligned, rejected, insulted with racial epithets while losing friends and being dissed by our families? For the reward of what? As Kira Davis would say, it sucks. We don't do this for a popularity contest or fame, but rather to keep our freedom. And throughout history, getting and keeping freedom has always been a hard fight. And while they say we black Republicans say what white Republicans want to hear, they overlook the fact that Obama was elected because he said the things that these white Democrats wanted to hear. He didn't get elected on the black vote alone, you know. Oh, and I doubt that it's Al Sharpton who signs your paycheck over at MSNBC. No, Touré, you're paid by white liberals to say what they want you to say. I know. That's what you say about conservatives like me and Alan West and Herman Cain, etc. But the problem is, you liberals swear that Republican white folks don't do nothing for black folks. That's your stellar talking point that you always try to flash in our face and try to disorient us with. But if that were really true, I wouldn't have a job here. So that talking point is beyond busted. Touré is blinded by his own pomposity. He's just a well-spoken sucker. Yeah, even the Confederate Army had blacks fighting for them in their cause for the so-called right to slavery. Touré is too dumb to know that he is that same slave suited up in Confederate battle dress. And he's volunteering. Y'all know what Democrats are calling voter suppression today now, right? Showing ID. Let's forget about the Democrats' history of suppressing votes, which included beatings, bombings, lynchings, and shootings. The KKK was the Democrats' strong arm of voter suppression. And yeah, I know people like Touré will say that happened a long time ago. Yeah, but the black community still joined the racist Democrat Party that same long time ago. Right after Martin Luther King was shot by a Democrat, the black community made their full swing to the Democrat Party. I'll say it again. Too many blacks literally let Democrats get away with murder. And you think we Republicans are the sellouts and have Stockholm Syndrome. People like Touré doesn't seem to have any complaints about the Democrats and Planned Parenthood setting up shop in the black communities and making bank off helping black folks control their population. Because it's really for the best. A good Negro is often a dead one, because they'll most likely end up in prison anyway. Liberals exercise the prejudice of seeing unborn black children as prison-bound before they even commit a crime. So they place that stigma on them and see them fit for being killed. And they're not racist? And they've got black people brainwashed to believe that the best solution is killing off their unborn as if they're not even a person. It's you Democrats that have the nasty habit of disqualifying personhood. But you're not the racist. To the black community, I hope y'all can see that the Republican Party isn't the one rejecting you. We're not the ones trying to keep you out. It's the liberals that are trying to keep you out. They put up people like Touré as a figure to discourage blacks from breaking their brain chains and leaving the Democrats. And just like Jabba the Hutt has Salacious Crumb, MSNBC has Touré. Touré is cut from the same fabric as the slave who would snitch to the slave master that other slaves are trying to escape, just so he could gain favor and get into the house. See, liberals got the whole house Negro concept all wrong in correlation to Republican blacks. Republican blacks aren't made of the slaves that were trying to get into the master's house, still dependent on what the white man was going to do for them, while being given some privilege like Touré on MSNBC. No, unlike you snitch-happy liberals like Touré, who are truly the ones coveting the house position, the Republican blacks are made from the same slaves who said, screw the house. We want to escape the plantation altogether, fight slavery, and pursue our own happiness and have our own houses to be in. See, everything about you liberals and you liberals who are black have it backwards. Y'all think of black Republicans as house Negroes, but you're projecting what you are. And Touré, you're one of the worst offenders. And it's sad that people buy y'all's strategy. You liberals make a relentless campaign to paint Republicans as racist over and over and over again. And when Republicans show that they judge by character and not by skin, unlike you liberals who obviously do the opposite, you liberals then try to say, aha, they're just trying to put up black faces to show they're not racist. And it's as painfully obvious as it is just flat out painful that too many people don't see that liberals have to keep racism hot as an issue because there's money and power in it for them. They have to tell you things like Republican events look like Klan rallies because it's just a bunch of old, rich, white men. First up, I don't think that would look like a Klan rally because a Klan rally was easily identified by the hoods and robes. Second, Klan rallies weren't in great attendance by old white men. They were attended more so by young white men, wild-eyed, fighting mad young dudes filled with hate and the vigor to act on it. Even today, those who still have their KKK gatherings and neo-Nazi gatherings and other white supremacy gatherings are younger folks, and they ain't all exactly rich. So again and again, liberals have a twisted view of reality, and people believe liberals like Touré, like some people believe wrestling is real. I'm AlfonZo Rachel with Zo Nation, and I know y'all see Touré as a lost cause, and that it's a waste of time to talk about him. He's not gonna get it. Yeah, I understand that. But y'all, please bear in mind that not every person who thinks they're liberal are hardwired liberal. If you point people like Touré out and show that he's projecting and that he's a snitch for the Democrat plantation party, it will help with breaking the spell these left-wing media witches have on people. Unlike you snitch-happy liberals like Touré,